Hi, I'm Crystal Beecham, and welcome to this special June edition of Pulse of the Parish here at Caddo Lake. Today we're going to take a look at our channel markers, what they do for the safety of our waterways, and the role that Caddo Parish plays in maintaining them. We're also going to celebrate our superhero employees and their years of service to the Parish of Caddo. So come on, let's go. Well, thanks for joining us today, Commissioner Hopkins. We are excited to do a ride along today to kind of learn more about channel markers, what they do, what they mean for Caddo Parish, and the role we play in helping maintain those channel markers. So tell us a little bit, what is a channel marker? What does it do?
A channel marker, or boat row is what some people call them, marks the canals where you can go up and down the boat, up down the lake without a problem. Caddo Lake's a huge lake. And outside of the channel markers, there are areas that boaters can go, but not at a fast speed. There's a lot of obstructions underneath.
So I guess these channel markers really do play a pivotal part in safety for boaters.
Yeah, that's the whole reason the Corps of Engineers and the Caddo Commission have an agreement. This is a Corps of Engineer lake, and the agreement is that the Caddo Parish Commission maintain those channel markers. And so periodically, we have to go out and put signs that tells you what channel you're on. But we also have a contract with a company that comes out and puts the channel markers in, because they do get knocked down from time to time, either by high water or boat traffic.
And what does a channel marker, if I'm driving down the lake in my boat, what does a channel marker look like? What are we talking about?
It's a wooden pole most of the time, coming out of the water, in the middle of the water there. It has a triangular sign that tells you what boat row you're on, A, B, C, D, and on to double F, I believe. And then it marks what number you're at that channel marker. And then on each side, we have a green square or a red square, and it tells you, it just gives you a little more light at night and stuff like that.
Okay, so replacing these channel markers, it doesn't sound like it's necessarily an easy job.
No, it really is a tough job. That's why we have to contract out with someone. They come out with a barge and they pound them in. Then we come back later and put the signs on it. And coming out on the lake trying to do work is not easy. So, but it's nice to watch it as it happens, because it's so important to the people in boats and people that are not familiar with Caddo Lake. If they get outside of that boat row, they could have potential problems, and we want to keep everybody safe.
Right, and so coming in, we saw the trucks lined up at the boat launch. There are a lot of people out on the lake today. What does Caddo Lake really mean to the citizens of Caddo Parish?
Well, Caddo Lake's important. There's a couple different reasons. The recreational part, the fishing, is unbelievable. If you like to bass fish or white perch fish, crappie fish is what I call it, then it's great. The other aspect is this provides water, drinking water, to 7 of the communities in North Caddo Parish. So, it plays a real important part. We have a compact with the state of Texas. We're able to draw so much water. Texas is able to draw so much water because this lake is partly in Louisiana and partly in Texas.
So we're going to jump on the boat. What are we going to see today? What are we going to do today?
We're going to see a lot of poles that need to be changed with new signs, and a lot of work and a lot of beautiful pictures of Caddo Lake.
Well, I'm excited. I'm ready to hop on the boat and go, so I think we are ready to go. So where are we on Caddo Lake right now?
We're on what's called the James Bayou Arm,
okay,
which runs north toward Vivian.
Okay.
And this is the area that, if you'll look, you'll see a lot of oil wells. Mm-hmm. And so there's one channel area that we go through, and the rest of the area, boaters really have to be careful because there are obstructions all underneath. And then we'll replace what signs we need to put up, and then we'll keep moving down this channel.
Okay, so we're pulling up to a marker right now. So what are we doing?
We are installing the sign for B63.
Okay.
And we started back on B1.
Right.
And we'll go all the way to the end of B and replace what signs we need. 63 is one. We also know on this way we found a pole that was missing.
Okay.
B61. Now, and one of the things I wanted to point out, that citizens that see these markers missing or something, they need to call our Parks and Recreation Department, the Caddo Parish Parks and Recreation. But they also can contact someone from the Louisiana Greater Caddo Lake Association. We have a good partnership with them. They let us know many times when signs are down or poles are down.
So it really is a partnership in kind of keeping these markers up. And I think a lot of people may not realize, we talked earlier in the year about our sign shop and how our sign shop is responsible for all of our signage on our roads. But what a lot of people also don't realize is that our sign shop also produces the channel markers that we are putting out. So these channel markers that they're putting out are made right here in Caddo Parish in our Public Works Department.
That's correct. Yeah, Tom and his staff, they do a great job. Our roads are marked properly, and we're trying to keep our channel markers marked properly.
So Todd, we're also out here and we're surrounded by a lot of oil wells.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, what we have is, you have to remember, they started drilling oil in about, early 1900s. And there are hundreds of oil wells on Caddo Lake here in Caddo Parish. And you'll see that right next to us is a pumping unit. This one's not moving at the time. They're set to go off and on at certain times.
Okay.
They don't run all the time. I think there's one running behind us. We may have just gotten out of range. Right behind us right here, we're running. But this has been, the Caddo Pine Island oil field has been going a while, and it provides a lot of money and jobs to the people of this area. And so Caddo Lake's, it's important. If you look to our left, you'll see one of the oil companies has a barge, and what they do, they go in and hook up to these oil platforms, and they either are pulling what they call pull machine, pull the well, or they're changing out pumping units.
Okay.
So that's a tough job right there, because trying to manage a barge on a lake like that is tough.
Okay.
And they sometimes get away, not on purpose, but they get away and they get a channel marker.
Well, thank you so much, Commissioner Hopkins, for bringing us out today to give us a look at just how the channel markers work and how we replace them. I think we've learned a lot about Caddo Lake and how important it is to be safe, but also how important the lake is to our Caddo Parish residents. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for letting me bring y'all along. It's a lot of fun. You know, any day out on Caddo Lake is better than a day in the office.
Absolutely. So thanks again, and thank you all for joining us on the boat ride today.
The parish of Caddo is home to some awesome superheroes. The parish honored employees with milestone years of service at the annual Employee Service Awards. Employees with 5 years through 30 years of service were recognized and received a special pin noting their service to the parish. Each year, the Service Awards are a part of the parish's National Public Service Recognition Week, designed to honor and celebrate the contributions of federal, state, and local workers. We are so thankful for our employees at the parish of Caddo, and we celebrate them for their years of service. The parish of Caddo proudly celebrates the Juneteenth holiday, recognizing its historical significance and lasting impact. For a list of events celebrating the Juneteenth holiday, Visit caddo.org.
Well, that's a wrap on another edition of Pulse of the Parish. As always, we invite you to join us every first Friday of the month at noon for a look into all things new happening at Caddo Parish. We'll see you next time.